Welcome and thank you for joining me tonight on Global Eyes News. If you are here for the first time, you are highly welcome. And of course, if you are wondering what we do here on Global Eyes News, we bring you news dosage as they occur globally. So what you need to do right now is sit back, stay tuned with me as we embark on this tour of the current happening as it stands tonight. Bola Tinubu thinks he's God and we ask God to bring him down. Bola Tinubu thinks he's God and we ask God to bring him down. This is coming from Aregbesola, the current Minister of Interior and the former governor of Osun State. Of course, from the outburst of Aregbesola, you will agree with me that this is not strange. Of course, before now, Aregbesola has made an outburst countering his once godfather per se, because we can still remember vividly what happened in Osun State when Aregbesola was about to hand over to his successor. How Tinubu stood firm to defend him and to ensure that he was victorious despite the pressure for PDP as at then. As we speak, Aregbesola, who is the current Minister of Interior, is saying, "We followed and served this leader with all our might. In fact, our loyalty to him had caused some people to start wondering if we were no longer Muslims," he said. He went forward to know that, but we were with him and served him according to admonition of our forefathers, who said, when serving anyone, we should do so with sincerity and loyalty. That if you regard anyone as your principal, you must serve him wholeheartedly. And he added, sadly, we didn't know that while we wish him well, he didn't think good of us. However, because we placed him higher than where he ordinarily should be, he started thinking he is our God. He concluded by saying, unfortunately for him, we have sworn to God that whoever compares himself to him, we are asked that God should bring down such a fellow. Aregbesola outburst tonight is not really new or something strange to Nigerians, I must confess. Of course, before now, Aregbesola has expressed his grievances over the presidential aspiration of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu before now. So let's see how it goes as events unfold. Of course, we believe that with time, they might actually reach a resolution that might bring them together once more as the A.P.C, the All Progressive Congress, and primary elections come closer. INEC no longer keeps electoral materials with CBN. INEC no longer keeps electoral materials with CBN. This is coming from INEC chairman Mahmood Yakubu. According to Yakubu, he said that sensitive electoral materials will no longer be kept in the custody of the Central Bank of Nigeria. He said that the commission is starting with the Ekiti State election. In his statement, he said that he appreciates the circumstances, and for that reason, the sensitive materials for Ekiti election will not be routed through the Central Bank of Nigeria. In the meantime, but when it comes to subsequent elections, general elections, we have to look for other means of handling it. I want to assure you that for Ekiti State, the materials will not be handled by the Central Bank of Nigeria, he noted. This is coming, he actually made the statement today at a public dialogue organized by the Society organization, Enough is Enough, Nigerians in Abuja. Of course, this decision, I'm confident that many Nigerians will be pleased with decision of INEC not putting the electoral material under the custody of the CBN, considering the fact that the CBN governor, the president of Emefiele, Godwin Emefiele, has been of on recent questionable behavior, considering his quest to vie for the highest office of the nation. Of course, before now, many Nigerians has agitated that the person of Emefiele should be sacked, considering his ambition to become the president of the country under the All Progressive Congress. Nigerians begin to contemplate on express their displeasure after Emefiele purchased the A.P.C presidential nomination and expression of interest fund. Many begin to wonder how Emefiele was going to combine the job of being the CBN governor and at the same time be running for the #1 office of the federation. Of course, many begin to doubt the sincerity and the credibility of the election. If INEC say go ahead and keep the sensitive electoral materials in the possession of the CBN governor, if the CBN governor will be on the ballot. So I'm very, very confident that many Nigerians will be happy with this development coming from INEC. So this, I must say that at least this must be commended by Nigerians who have before now expressed their displeasure over the recent political activity of the CBN governor, Mr. Godwin Emefiele. Buhari always travel when there's problem. Buhari always travel when there's problem. This is coming from Kaduna lawmaker, the president of Shehu Sani. Shehu Sani expressed this his take on the incident traveling of President Muhammadu Buhari. He made this known in the tweets today, Saturday. He tweeted, "Whenever there is problem, the president is used to traveling only to come back and meet it solved." And of course, Buhari had been to Dubai on a condolence visit, and now Ghana, and yet the problem is still waiting for him to solve. Buhari had been to Dubai on a condolence visit, traveled to Spain on a state visit, and currently in Ghana, now the recent one in Ghana for an ECOWAS meeting. Of course, this accusation is being raised by the Kaduna lawmaker, talking about the person of Shehu Sani. Of course, I know Nigerians will react. How do I put it now? Nigerians is going to see this as a mere criticism on the part of Shehu, but on the other part, this has been the recent activity of President Muhammadu Buhari. Shehu Sani might be raising these issues as the moment, probably due to the current crisis rocking the All Progressive Congress, ranging from choosing consensus candidate and choosing who actually become the flag bearer of the party. Of course, this has been an issue of concern within the party for quite some time now, an issue which must be resolved to ensure that they have one house and to be able to produce a party flag bearer that is probably generally acceptable to all, to at least to enable the A.P.C have one house. So I think Sani Shehu might be raising this issue, this accusation on our president at the moment because of the crisis rocking the A.P.C, considering the fact that their primary election is around the corner. Of course, let's see how events unfold. We believe that with time, they will resolve that, just since the primary election of the ruling Progressive Congress is around the corner. I will drag you and your white beards. I will drag you and your white beards. And I'm sure your wife at home is tired of you, I will drag you and your bears, and I am sure your wife is tired of you in your marriage. This is coming from Nkechi Blessing. Nkechi Blessing is Slams Reno Omokri here. Of course, you will agree that recently Reno Omokri raised an issue where he compared Nkechi Blessing and the Nollywood actress Toto Dike to Tinubu. He said that as you can recall, Nkechi Blessing and Toto Dike has been at loggerhead with their lovers for quite some time now, and of course, we can still remember how the issue came up and how it actually went, where Toto Dike was lashing out at her ex and Bogri, and Nkechi Blessing also lashing out at her ex. Of course, I think Reno Omokri was just trying to make a caricature of their events and their antecedents and likening it to that of Tinubu. Of course, you will agree with me that by 2015, there were a lot of political media that occurred that gave birth to the ruling of Progressive Congress. And of course, from all indication, it looks as if Bola Asiwaju Tinubu was given the assurance that after the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari, he will be given the audience to vie for the highest office of the nation, and they probably become the next president. But from the way things are playing out right now, things are not going toward that direction of their initial promises. And of course, that has caused Tinubu's outburst recently, and the probability of Reno Omokri using that as a yardstick to compare Toto Dike and Nkechi Blessing due to the failed love affairs with their ex was something that became worrisome to the both of them. Of course, Toto Dike and Nkechi Blessing has been slamming Reno Omokri for the past couple of days due to that single statement. While many Nigerians have backed Reno Omokri's comparison, many has also knocked him for such a comparison, agitating that he was only trying to make the two female actresses more or less of humor, or trying to mock them with their situation. Of course, we believe that with time the issue will be resolved amicably, and everyone will be calm again. Mobs kills vigilante over alleged blasphemy in Abuja. This is coming again. The issue of blasphemy has become something that is highly worrisome, considering the fact that we are trying to preach love and the unity as a nation. Of course, this we can recall how a student was allegedly killed by some Muslims due to the issue of blasphemous statement recently. That incident generated a whole lot of issue across the nation, not just Nigeria in particular, but the world in general. Of course, the news reaching Global Eyes tonight says that again, mobs kills vigilante for over alleged blasphemy in Abuja. A mob has killed a member of a vigilante group in Lugbe area of Abuja for reportedly making a blasphemous statement. It was gathered that members of the vigilante group guarding the popular timber shared market at the Federal Housing Estate, Lugbe in Abuja, had wanted to arrest some residents wandering around the market in early hours of Saturday. The residents were said to have begged the vigilantes to free them in the name of Allah, but of course the vigilante kicked and made comments said to be blasphemous. witness told Global Eyes that the vigilante has beaten and stoned before. Okay, the vigilante was beaten and stoned before he was actually set ablaze. A development that caused commotion in the estate. And of course, information reaching us says that police were later deployed to the scene of the incident in order to calm down the frayed nerves at the moment. So the issue of blasphemy, killing ourselves over blasphemy is something that should be something of concern and that's cause for critical examination. Of course, you would agree with me that as a nation we should be able to put ourselves together, see ourselves and one, preach love, and of course accommodate each other's religion. And due to the fact that we are in a nation of ethnic, multi-ethnic nationality and diverse religion, of course it becomes pertinent that we critically see how we can preach love and to kick against this incessant killing due to blasphemous statements. Probe alleged connivance with criminals. CSO tells President Buhari. Probe alleged military connivance with criminals. CSO tells Buhari. Of course, a civil society organization in the country have asked the President, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, to order an investigation into the alleged collaboration between criminal elements and some military personnel. The group said this was necessary following the revelations by protesting youths and the people of Umuniochi local government area of Abia State. The abducted prelate of the Methodist Church of Nigeria, Bishop Samuel Kanu Uche, and the comment by the commander of the Rapid Response Squad, Abia State, identified as John Bull, all accusing the military personnel of collaborating with the criminal element. These were contained in a joint statement signed by the Rule of Law and Accountability Advocacy Center, Lagos, and 21 other civil society organizations. The statement says civil society organizations in Nigeria are seriously concerned about growing insecurity, killings, and allegation about likely involvement of personnel of the armed forces in violent crimes. Our attention has been drawn to the protest by the youths and people of Isuochi in Umonichi, the whole government area of Abia State, demanding the removal of military checkpoints in the area since the presence of the military has not improved in their area, but rather seems to provide cover for criminals. The issue of insecurity in the nation is becoming worrisome day by day, and of course you will agree with me that it calls for serious concern. This is because the recent criminal activity in more especially the southeast recently is worrisome, and I think like the organization, the civil society organizations have called for President Muhammadu Buhari should take a look into this and see how far he can go in with this allegation of military collaborating with criminals in perpetrating evils in the country. Of course, you will agree with me that the recent abduction of the bishop was a big blow to the nation's image globally. After the bishop made the revelation that there were collaboration with his abductors, there were collaboration with some military personnel, Of course, the military came out and they were saying they will investigate the issue and they questioned the bishop over such an allegation. But of course, from what we are saying now, this is not just coming out from the bishop, but a host of others in the country. So I think Mr. President should take a look into this and see how justice could be done subsequently. So this is all in a bid to curb such future occurrences. A.P.C not happy with Tinubu's outburst in Abeokuta, says Adamu. A.P.C not happy with Tinubu's outburst in Abeokuta, says Adamu. The national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, A.P.C, Abdulahi Adamu, has said the party is not happy with the outburst of one of the presidential aspirants, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in Abeokuta. He said Tinubu might be sanctioned by the party for such a statement. The A.P.C chairman announced that all presidential aspirants should to meet with President Muhammadu Buhari tonight. Adamu also said the party has appealed the judgment in favor of statutory delegates, meaning they will not participate in the upcoming presidential.
Thank you for joining us tonight. That will be all for now. The goal is to make the world a better place. Stay tuned with us. I will bring you first-hand information to keep you informed.